Welcome to the Ward Institute of Aesthetics. My name is Daphne and I am a master esthetician. Today we're going to be talking about laser hair removal. We are a Candela Center of Excellence and the lasers that we use for our clients are Candela medical lasers. We perform laser hair removal with the GentleMax Pro. This laser device has the ability to use an alexandrite wavelength or an ND-YAG wavelength. And why that's important to our clients is that not everybody looks the same or has the same hair quality and color. So we have the ability to treat everyone. In the United States, we are not allowed to say that laser hair removal is permanent. But what we do educate our clients on is that we are making you hair less. You're going to see in a whole treatment plan about 80% reduction of unwanted hair. We can treat anywhere on the body. The only hair that isn't the best candidate would be blonde, red, or gray hair. With the laser that I told you about and having the two separate wavelengths, we do have the ability to perform laser hair removal treatments all year long. Because you're going to need a treatment series, it is great to start early, knowing that it may take you close to a year to have the ideal hair loss that you're seeking. We do not want you to wax, pluck, tweeze, or epilate for at least 4 weeks before treatment. What that means for you is shaving the hair either the day of treatment or the day before. We want our clients to have zero active sun exposure for 2 weeks prior to a laser hair removal treatment, as well as protect their skin from UV sun exposure for 2 weeks post laser hair removal. One of the questions I get most often is, does it hurt? Laser hair removal is not necessarily comfortable, but we do have means to make it as comfortable as possible. One of which is cryogen cooling, which is going to be a spray of gas a few milliseconds before the laser pulse itself. So there's a slight numb to the skin before you actually feel the pulse. It's not necessary to numb, but could be a consideration if you find that it's just too uncomfortable. Laser hair removal feels similar to a slight rubber band snap on the skin. It really is manageable and comfortable for most people. You may leave with a little bit of pinkness to the skin, maybe a little bit of swelling to the hair follicle, but that's a wonderful response and we really do want to see that. Laser hair removal works by creating a thermal response when the laser interacts with the tissue. The hair follicle and the hair that's in there is absorbing that laser energy and creating enough heat to destroy the follicle, essentially shutting down that follicle so that it can no longer thrive. It's called necrosis of the follicle. But the beautiful side of that is when that happens, that hair will not grow back. The laser that we use is called the GentleMax Pro. It offers a wavelength called an alexandrite, a 755 nanometer, and the ND-YAG, which is 1064 nanometers. The alexandrite is a great laser for people with contrast, light skin and dark hair. You're going to see great results because that wavelength selectively chooses the color of your hair. But not everybody has light skin and dark hair. The 1064 wavelength is going to be perfect for our clients that have some natural color to their skin. We can treat all skin colors, all skin types, and all hair qualities, except blonde, red, and gray hair. Doesn't always respond as well. The ND-YAG 1064 wavelength is targeting the blood supply of the follicle, the hemoglobin. So it's a much deeper wavelength, a much deeper pulse, bypasses the pigment of the hair and targets selectively the blood that is supplying the follicle. It's going to create, again, a thermal response which will overheat and shut down the blood supply. The follicle will no longer thrive because it no longer has a food source, the blood supply. Because we're targeting the blood supply of that follicle, we are able to treat skin of color because it's bypassing that. We can also use this wavelength, in the summer months when our clients who normally might be good candidates for the Alexandrite wavelength have a little bit of a tan or a base tan and still want to keep performing treatments in the summertime. And that's why I said this is a good treatment all year long. But something to consider for our clients that maybe do have a little bit more of a base tan is you do not want to have active sun exposure for 4 weeks. That means if you took a trip to Hawaii and a little bit of a tan, you're going to want to wait 4 weeks before you come in for laser hair removal.